we've maybe achieved and how we've achieved it. The idea of, are all the things that I'm told are meaningful really truly meaningful, or am I perhaps needing to reconsider? Can there be being without a material purpose or a purpose of being in a relationship? Now, obviously, I'm not saying that we should be an island unto ourselves, but I'm saying that we need to be flexible. This is about, a message of being dislocated against Walter's will and how he, fits into and establishes and copes with, the alien landscape. Because, there could be nothing more alien than for an 18th century nobleman to be in an 18th century Hawaiian environment. It's so different from one another. The whole cultural aspect, the relationship between men and women and what is meaningful in that culture compared to what's meaningful, in 18th century England. Those contrasts, I think, are important to consider. And it's through contrasts often that we find a pathway into the next turning point where if we tap into our intuition and allow ourselves to be guided by that inner voice, we can experience a much more satisfying and contented life. Not necessarily easier. Life is never going to be easy. If you're on that track and looking for an easy ticket through life, you're cutting yourself short. You're actually reducing the capacity to experience, this gift of life with passion and with intensity that is important, but not intensity where it becomes destructive. Like, I know some people who are really, really intense, but they've managed to kill every relationship that they, have endeavoured to be in, because they're not necessarily exercising, a lot of insight and a lot of empathy, but rather it's all about me in a very narcissistic sense. And sometimes the turning point for us as men needs to be shedding the acquired narcissism of being a white, privileged male. Now, I'm not bagging us because I'm the classic white, privileged male. But I'm suggesting that we need to grow beyond that. Yes, I am male, but ultimately the most telling thing is that I am a human being and that others are human beings as well, and to relate to each other. So women are human beings, they just happen to be a different sex, and that has some, issues around gender attached to it. But it's not by which I judge the person. My encounter with that person, my engagement, my contact with that person is as one human being to the other. And so we can transcend the sort of territorial notions of race, creed, ethnicity, religion, and share a common humanity. And this was part of the thing that I wanted to really draw out in Mountains of the Sea. Now, in reality, unfortunately, Hawaii's ultimate contact with, the colonialist powers of England and the United States brought with them a great deal of pain and suffering, as it did in other indigenous cultures as well. But, they were different times, and sometimes I feel that, if we judge each other or people by, modern standards, we're missing out on the actual point that is, different times, different ways of being, and we need to be a little bit more tolerant at times of that. Now, that doesn't mean I'm condoning slavery or colonialism. What it means is that we need to use history as a way of educating our way through it to a higher level of relationship, a higher level of being. I'm quite literally talking about a spiritual breakthrough as a result of that turning point. All right, so I hope this stimulates you to go out, rush out, either pre-order or order Mountains of the Sea, my first novel, through Winterwolf Press, and I really hope you thoroughly enjoy it, because I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy it as much as I enjoyed writing it. It's truly a piece of me that I wish to share with you, and I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, this is me signing off.
Thank you for listening to Inspire Change with Gunter. Gunter Swoboda does individual and group coaching for men looking to grow. For more information on this and the global Making Good Men Great movement, check out goodmengreat.com to get into contact. If you have a topic for the show or would like to be a guest on the air, please email producers at miranda@noirtainment.com. That's Miranda, Miranda, at noirtainment, noirtainment.com. Thank you, and always keep inspiring change.